Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 16 of Cute Little Love Letters, and this one is titled Single Brain Cell Core. That weekend, you hid at the top of your spiral staircase and listened in to the UA teachers speaking with your parents. It sounded like they were keen to move all of you guys in pretty quickly into the dorms, and as the conversation wrapped up, you stole back to the safety of your bed and curled up in the middle of it. Your eyes slowly looking around your room at your paintings, books, art easel, and then your gems around your wrist. You were trying to stay positive, but all of this stuff being talked about was getting closer and closer to being a reality, and you were going to have to live it soon. It was while you were lying there, wallowing in your own self-pity, that you heard a soft knock at your door and you lifted your head to look at it. "Yes?" you asked. "It's me," your dad said from the other side of the door. "Oh, hey, Dad," you said softly. "Can I come in?" he said softly. "Yeah," you replied softly as you sat up and waited for him to enter. He slowly opened your door and smiled at you, then entered and closed the door behind him. "It's a lot to take in, right?" he asked as he walked over and sat down beside you on the bed. You nodded and looked down at your bed sheets. "Yeah, it's just, I'm looking forward to it, but also not at the same time. What if I don't like living in the dorms? I can't come back home," you sighed. "There's no option. It's just happening and I can't change it." "I know," your dad said gently, "but Mum and I are always here for you. You're always welcome to come back and visit. It's just sleeping there, that's all." "It sounds so simple when you put it like that, but there's a lot more to it," you said with a small sigh. "Thanks though, Dad. I know you're only trying to help." He sighed and hung his head, like he was trying to gather the courage to say something. Then he took a breath in and looked up at you, a look in his eye that you'd never seen before. "Yin, He paused. "Yes?" you asked. You and I are, he said, fumbling his words and changing the start of his sentence a few times. "Yes?" you asked. Just then there was another knock on the door, and this time it was your mum who made herself known. "Come in," you said. "It's a family get-together," your dad said with a smile as your mum entered the room. "I feel stress radiating from this room, so I came to investigate," your mum said with a small chuckle as she walked over and sat on your other side. "Who is the stressed one, and who needs a cuddle?" I think it's me, actually," your dad said with a sheepish chuckle. "I'm the stressed one." "What were you going to say, Dad?" you asked him once your mum had wrapped her arms around you. It's okay. It's nothing important," he said with a small sheepish scratch to the back of his head. "Probably best not to say it now." "You can if you want to," you offered. "No, another time," he said with a smile and a pat to your knee as he got up and left the room quickly. "I don't know what that was all about," you said to your mum. "He looked like he was going to tell me something big, but then didn't." Your mum gave you a big hug. "Sometimes big things need big time to finally say them," your mum said, and you pulled back and gave her a quizzical look. "But never mind that. I know you heard the conversation downstairs. I could feel your aura fluctuating," your mum said. "Do you want to talk about it?" After having a chat with your mum, you felt a little better about the pending move, and before you knew it, it was move day. You had seen and spoken to Denki a few times between that time and now, but had always been a little bit scared that he would ask you again about your quirk, so had tried to escape him as quickly as possible. But if you were in the cafeteria or library near the window, or even in class, and they were outside, you'd be sure to always watch him. He exuded the coolest energy. Well, you thought so anyway. Denki too couldn't get enough of you, and would wait at your locker most days to catch you either before or after classes, and his classmates noticed that he was well and truly smitten by you. "Hey man, did you see Yin today?" Kiri asked him one afternoon. "Yeah, this morning," he said with a dreamy look in his eye. "But I never get to chat with her much. She always disappears pretty quickly." "Well, once we're in the dorms, you might get to see her a whole lot more," Kiri said excitedly. "But also, the notes in your locker have stopped for a bit. Hey, are you still keen to find out who's putting the notes in there?" Denki thought for a bit. "Yeah, I guess," he replied. "I'm kinda super sweet on Yin though, so if I find out who it is, I'll probably politely turn them down. Even though I really, really want a girlfriend," he said passionately. "But I really like Yin." "That's okay, dude. It would be good to find out who it is. Any idea on who has some kind of firefly quirk or shrinking quirk? Kiri asked curiously. No idea, man, Denki said. Is there like some kind of school-wide thing on who has what quirk here? Yeah, maybe, Kiri replied thoughtfully. I'll have to find out. I'll ask Momo. She'll know. She's super smart. Hey, that's a great idea, Denki said with a grin. Yeah, ask her. So later that day, Denki and Kiri approached Momo to ask her if she knew anything about a school index that would tell them what quirk each student had. I am sure there would be something in the library, Momo said brightly. Is there any person in particular you're looking for? At just hearing the words, is there any person in particular you're looking for, Denki's mind went straight to you and he sighed dreamily. Well, he said a little sheepishly, I'm kind of talking to the cute girl in the other hero course, 1B. Bro, Kiri asked, we're not talking about her, we're trying to find someone with a firefly or small quirk. Momo asked with a little confusion. I'm sorry, what's going on? Oh, she's amazing, Denki said again, still in his own little dreamland. Kiri chuckled and shook his head. Denki's talking about Kendo's friend, Yin, he said with a grin. Oh, her! I'm not sure about her quirk. She's very quiet, Momo said. I haven't even spoken to her, but Kendo says she's a really nice girl. She is, Denki said dreamily. Wait, Kiri said suddenly. Hang on, didn't Bakugo say something about a fairy-related thing? Oh, Denki said thoughtfully. Just before he tried to kill me, right? I can't hear properly from my right ear still. Fairy? Is that like the little... Kiri said, showing the size with his hands. Yes, fairies are small. Well, usually, Momo said with a smile. Well, that's a really cool quirk. I don't know why she didn't want to tell me about that, Denki said defensively. Yeah, Kiri added. I'd love to be able to make myself small, but still be super strong. Like, I'd be a pebble or something. Yeah, super cool, Denki said, and then he looked at Momo. Sorry, what are we talking about? You wanted to know if there was an index at school to find out people's quirks? Momo said in a prompting tone. Oh, yeah, because we want to find someone who has a kind of like a firefly quirk or a shrinking quirk, Denki said. Yeah, Kiri added. Like, fairy-sized. I see, Momo said, looking from one boy to the other. Both smiled back at her, waiting for her to say something, but she just kept looking at them in turn. Well, do you know if we could find that index or something? Denki finally said. Momo blinked at him. Yeah, I'll help you look, Kiri added. Momo blinked again. Sorry, she said. I thought you were looking for someone with a shrinking quirk, and then you said fairy? Yeah, Denki said. I still gotta find out if Yin really does have a fairy quirk, he added, looking at Kiri. She'll look super cute in her fairy form. Kiri smiled at him, and then stopped smiling and stared at him. What? Denki asked. Bro, Kiri suddenly said. What? Denki asked. What is it? Dude, Yin? Fairy? Shrinking? Small? Kiri said to the electric blonde. Yeah? Denki asked quizzically. Dude, what if Yin is the one we're looking for? Kiri said. If she does have a fairy quirk, she can shrink down to small size and could be the one getting into your locker. Suddenly Denki caught on. Oh my god, you could be right, he gasped. Momo sweat dropped. I know, I can hear you screaming from here. All of your screaming and yelling is not going to make Denki any smarter. We love him. We love Denki. Denki is amazing. But that single brain cell, it's fighting for its life right now. Stay tuned for chapter 17 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.